Good morning, beautiful. I hope that this finds you well rested, ready to begin your day. This is your daily tarot and oracle, your daily insight on life and love for February 14th, 2022, also being timeless. Wow, we're already mid-February. Wow, this year's going by fast. Okay, now this is obviously timeless wherever you're catching it in time. It's general collective. Don't force it to fit your life. If it does fit your life, I hope it's a good message. And I'm about to reburn some incense. Okay. If it's a challenge, we're going to see the why and what you have to look forward to, but it looks like what's going on right now is the different direction that you're going in, because I feel like you've overdone it for so many people that you've loved and cared about in your life, and you have nothing more to give, and it's actually putting you at odds with people that you love and care about in this version of your life. And I say that because a lot of you have been talking about timeline hopping, and honestly, it could be. So some truth is going to come out about the one-sidedness or the overcompensation that's been going about, because you've been changing and you have nothing more to give. Like, you literally cannot give any more of yourself. It's not there. It's not there to give. You don't have it in you to be that person anymore. So there's a point of, well, why? Why is this happening? What's the problem? Well, it's because you were made to be sorely insecure. I mean, we all have our insecurities, and whoever it was that you had given and given and given to, that validation felt so good, even if it was breadcrumbs. So what I'm seeing right here is it's a new day for you, isn't it? You're the Empress. It's all about rebirth. It's all about nurturing. You're actually starting to put that on yourself. And you want to know what? That's more than enough for you. So it does feel like people who you genuinely did love and care about from the past, why can't you give it to all of these people in front of you who you now love and care about? Well, because it wasn't healthy then, it's not healthy now. And right now you're starting to acknowledge that, hey, maybe it's not going to be like this. Maybe it can't be like this. Maybe it shouldn't have been like this in the first place. So we have the High Priestess in reverse. And where do I want to go? I guess we're sticking with this. Let's look at this insecurities. Just because you fit in doesn't mean you belong, but they sure lied to you about that one, didn't they? If you do this, you wanna know what? It makes us feel like we are closer. Like, we are closer together. If it's a love aspect, if it's family, they're going to accept you more. You're going to get that pat on the back more. You're going to get that thumbs up or that head nod, whatever it was, that hug you've always wanted. And now it's just like, hey, why don't I feel fulfilled? What were they doing for you in this? Was it like this point of you are either living under somebody's roof, or there was like this contract that you guys had in place? If you do this, I'll do that. Yeah, it's not being fulfilled anymore, because I think that it was very conditional. If you didn't learn how to pick up more or play ball, it wasn't going to work. So what I see here is judgment. All of this is coming up for you right now. All of it, specifically in your life, in your mental mind? No, you know what I'm saying? Like, in the forefront of your mind. So it's going to become the main focus. And I see that this is going to be something that you have to dissect. And I think that it's going to get you angry with a lot of people who have had a lot of space in your life. But I don't see that it's going to end everything with everybody. I feel like this is a point of releasing relationships that, again, they don't have to be romantic. They don't. These could be friends that you haven't spoken to in years, classmates, college, anybody who you've had any sort of connection with. Some of them may have been gone for a while, but still that kind of connection is being a main focus in your mind. I see that you're going to start to pick apart every single one of them. You'll finally let some of those relationships just go and die out the way that they had already done, but let it die out in your mind and get the closure from that. From some of them, I think that you're going to really reassess who's going to play what role in your life. And also, I feel like this is going to be a point of healthy aggression in your life to be even more affirmative with what your personal beliefs and what your wants and desires are for these relationships moving forward. Very interesting. Alrighty, so you know that feeling of being in, having like these major impulses in your life, not being just impulsive and just going, no. Having to do something impulsively, because if you don't, then the entire world comes down around you. It's, you can call it OCD, you can call it whatever the actual ailment is. But what I'm seeing here is you've been in this mental prison and having to act on these impulses, and you've been juggling a lot, spreading yourself thin. You've been constantly adding more onto this and doing more and juggling more than your fair share, to the point where you are now seeing how spread thin and exhausted you have become. Another reason why you have nothing more to give. You're done, you're exhausted, you're kaput. There's nothing more that you can shell out emotionally, mentally, spiritually, anything like that. This is a point of time where I think you're going to be in recovery. So let's look at this juggling. It made you feel like you were the center of somebody's world. That's intoxicating. I mean, people would be idiots to say they don't understand where you're coming from on that. It's intoxicating. It made you feel like you were the center of their vision. But again, this is somebody who you almost had to really just keep an eye on, because they were messy. It's like you had to keep these people in line. That's overwhelming. If they're your kids, fine. But anyone else, I don't really think that you signed up for it. And it feels like you kind of became like a parent figure to this. Now again, if it's kids, fine. Anybody else? No. So, let's see. This all started with an offer, and I think that it's because you're such an emotionally giving person. You're more than happy to take care of something for somebody because they need it at the time. Yeah. It was like you were going to teach them, you were going to make sure that they had some sort of a nest that they could just come undone in. I'm thinking of one of my friends, and trauma bonding. We were talking about this earlier, but I don't feel like all of this is trauma bonding. I feel like you just saw somebody who needed help, more than happy to step into it. You're going to show them that everything's okay, people can take care of each other, and you want to know what? When you're ready, you'll step into what you need to step into. Did that come? Was there any sort of gratitude towards you, or was it just a... So, we have the Magician next to the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like you really nurtured and took care of them, provided them a safe space to really work on themselves, did all that you could do, and they became the Magician. It was a moment of pride for you, but I still feel like, let's see. It was like you wouldn't understand. And I think that that's coming from them to you. You wouldn't understand. That's obnoxious. So it's, in a way, you supposedly teaching them, but I feel like they were the ones who felt like they were teaching you in this, and that you had to sit back and watch. So it's kind of like undermining your intelligence. I feel like they appreciate the opportunity and the care that you've given them, even if they did a horrible job at showing it. But also, it was a question of, do they understand this? Is the intelligence there? And I'm not trying to break down anybody. I need you to understand that. I'm not trying to break down anybody, but they got to a point where it was like they're holier than thou. Okay. So let's look at what your next motion is, because this is talking about crap from the past and that realization now. All right, so now that you know this, what do you have to do with it? Stop gaslighting yourself. Stop making excuses for these people. Stop giving yourself away. and stop thinking about the outcome that could happen. There's no shortcuts in this, and you got to stop worrying about persecution. The feeling of dire freak out, it's more in the mind than in actuality. So let's see. Life showed you numerous times what you're supposed to do with this person, and it's like you couldn't force yourself either to give them up, let them down, turn around, and hurt you. Okay, I recall this. Sorry. There's no shortcuts in this. Life showed you time and time again how much of a disappointment this was going to be. It gave you signs, it gave you numbers, it gave you synchronicities, it gave you even like the rising above voice. We have, this could have been a lot easier for you. You chose the harder fate. For some reason, it's much more difficult for you to learn the lesson than to force people to be held accountable and learn the lesson themselves. You felt like you were missing out. The fear of missing out of what could be with somebody, but they didn't live up to the potential in their life, in your life. So let's look at this. Now that you know the what's up behind it, the advice. Did you really learn from it? You have a soulmate, kindred spirit, twin flame, soul contract, let's call it that. You have a soul contract that has come into play. With the lessons that you have learned, how is this going to play out in this budding connection in your life? I'm so frustrated. And I know at least one person who's looking at this and going, are you kidding me? And I know I'm going to get a message from her probably right after this. I wish I knew, buddy. I'm going to so freak out. So we have romance. What is the healthy boundaries in love? This could be somebody who is new in your life or who is coming in. I don't feel like this is long-term. That has been in your life long-term. Could be long-term moving forward because it's soulmate and romance. This person is your peace. But in the study, you guys are going to trigger the crap out of each other. I'm so frustrated by that. You think that you're healed. Yeah, that's nice. These are good things. These are good things. However, you're about to have the smoke screen cleared and you're going to see exactly what's up. You are going to get peace and serenity from this when you face the fallout of the previous crap in relationships that you had faced. And I know that you feel like you've done it, but now since you're going to be in a place of peace, you're about to find out exactly what's bubbling to the surface. And I am sorry ahead of time because it's frustrating. It's frustrating to get here. It's frustrating to find that and then feel that safe, feel that serenity, and then have everything erupt. Triggers. So that you can actually get to the intimacy. And this is actually in the mini reads. You got to go watch those after. It's the sense of getting what you want and feeling numb and then doing the work to figure out, why is this happening? It's a blessing and a curse. And oh my God, the curse aspect of it's going to make you want to curb stomp some things. So let's look at what this energy is to you. This is going to make your family expand or take shape. Flippin' love it. It's not going to go away because of the triggers in this. You need to know that this and this bond is much stronger than you realize. So this is saying you are going to be kaput. You are going to need some rest. And what's this? Hold on. Okay. This is going to put an end to an era, but you have to decide, what are you going to keep from that era? What are you going to dissolve? Because you can't walk around with your guard up all the time in this. Spirit's not going to let it. Your higher self isn't going to let it. Your partner is not going to let it. This is going to be a battle, but it's going to have a good outcome. How do I know? Because I said it's stronger than you know. You're going to be able to withstand this. And I feel a sneeze coming. So we have wealth. So what's this leading to? A wealth of stuff. Wealth of love, wealth of abundance, materialism, money. That'd be all. These are good things. The Earth Fairy, physical health, grounding, and foundation. So you're going to have a wealth of foundations and love. And then we have the eagle. Oh my God. So look. Oh, and forgiveness. Forgiveness. Spirit integrity, connection to the angelic realm. Love, the Queen. Fertility, feminine power, sexuality, and friendships. This is the foundation. You cannot move forward with this very intimate and loving connection without an element of forgiveness. And I think that the point of this is to look back at all of the agony, pain, mental mind F that what was the past connections in your life, romantic or not, seeing why it was necessary for you to go through it. Don't get mad at me for saying that, because I feel the annoyance just saying it. Seeing it for what it taught you about your capacity and how deep your capacity is to love and to move beyond things and still have this dream, ambition, and acceptance of love in your life. This is definitely a love reading. And it's difficult to say that because not everything is love to everybody. But if you've come across this, chances are you needed to get this message on love. And I actually really want you to share this with somebody who might need to hear it. Every pain, every upset, every way which you betrayed yourself by either others or by your own doing, it had to happen in order to bring you to a point, because the gift that is coming from this love, it's a higher love. What is that Peter song from the 80s? I feel like he's the guy from Chicago in the band. God, I'm aging myself. But anyway, bring me a higher love. I think it's Cantera. I think that's his last name, Peter Cantera, Santera. I don't know. I can't pronounce the last name. But this is kind of like a gift from all of the, not only lessons, but all the hardships and the fact that you actually didn't give up. So you came in looking for the one in life, love. And no, love is not the answer to life is the question, love is the answer. And yes, I actually believe that, so shut up. Love is not the focus for everybody. But you came in with one of your main focuses being on, unconditional love, spiritual love, the one, soulmate, twin flame, kindred spirit, soul contract. It's there. And it's been a driving force. So the forgiveness is every red flag, every pain that you overlooked in all of these previous connections in order to feel that love that you came in aspiring to have. Having everything shut down, betrayed, thrown in your face, literally, figuratively, and then getting into a place of quiet, a place of inconvenience, and a place of learning and coming to terms and peace with oneself. And then someone crosses your path. And if you're like me, you would want to berate them, and I did that. But it looks like something beautiful, and that's a gift coming to you at one of the most inconvenient times. Probably when your life is in upheaval, mentally, emotionally, physically. But it's going to come in as a gift to bring peace to the chaos and to bring about another bit of chaos so that you can actually feel the intimacy. And it comes through with a basis of friendship. I need you to understand that that's not meant to scare you. Every intimate relationship has a basis of friendship. So if you're thinking about it, yeah, that's going to be the basis of this, and it's going to grow from there. We have treasure chest, and we also have faith. What's this one? Positive energy. This is going to grow, and this is actually going to bring about mother healing for you. So not everyone has a mom. We say the divine nurturer, parental figure, whoever that is in your life. But yeah, so healing is going to coming through the nurturing aspect, because you are now reprogramming yourself with the actual love that you do deserve and what it is that you are worthy of without questioning it anymore. And also I see that this is where you actually get your goofiness back, and where you can actually play, where you can play well with others, where you can play with this partnership that's coming in, where you don't even have to hide yourself. It's not all going to be serious. It's not going to all be detrimental work. Appreciate the good times when they come, because in these upheavals and these triggers, and as you get into these healthy relationships, you're going to have to be able to laugh and roll with the punches. And when you clear the ground on that, that's when the deepening intimacy, the deepening love can actually take shape. So, my dear, this is all divine magic and in synchronicity. This has been the Daily Tarot and Oracle, the daily insight on life and love for Valentine's Day, February 14th, 2022. Also timeless. Of course, this would happen around Valentine's Day. Oh my God. All right, you know the deal. Stay safe, have fun. Know that you're greatly loved and appreciated. If you have questions about booking a session, what services I provide, pricings, details, timing, time zones, availability, prices, go ahead and reach out on the provided email address, or find me on the social platforms and send me a DM. And until next time, stay safe, have fun, and again, know that you're just greatly loved and appreciated. Now go get it. So it looks like there is this kind of gambling quality that I feel like you're embracing that really needs to be nurtured. I want you to take risks. I want you to get excited. I want you to think that possibility can work in your favor, because the more that you put into that possibility, the more it's going to pay off. So what I see here is not sure exactly where this is going to go. This could be an utter failure of effort in your life. This could be a reward. The thing is, I see the reward coming through, but I also see you having to kind of fight for it, but not in the classic sense. You're not up against anybody. You're working past your nerves. This looks like you're so used to being defeated. It would be absolutely in your best interest if you learned to be the arm and muscle behind this for yourself. I think that you have something to prove to the younger version of yourself, where I honestly, I feel like this person, you, aspect of you, the younger version of you, feels like it was defeated numerous times in your life. And it has this feeling of, is anyone ever going to have your back? Am I ever going to be able to do this? Is it ever going to be my turn? The point is yes, but you have to get excited. You have to get agitated. You have to actually start standing up for yourself. When you start standing up for yourself in this, that's when I see the new cycle beginning. So I think that there's a test coming up right now. Are you going to fight for what you want? Are you going to take a risk? Are you going to take a gamble? If so, if you really do this for yourself, you have the Three of Wands. It's success. It's going to take you places. It's going to take you more places than if you kind of let yourself sit back and accept some sort of defeat, or not accepting defeat. This is going to take you far. And honestly, I think the best part about it is the confidence that comes with it, because finally, that's all I got to say, finally. The way that things have always gone, the way that the system has worked, the way that things have always been does not mean that's the way it's going to always be. So I feel like there's some sort of hardship brought about for you, specifically for you. with, I think, the system that has been put in place either in your family or in your environment. It's not working anymore. And honestly, I see that this is a point where you, and again, you specifically, are challenging it. I think that you're very confrontational, but it's the best thing that you could do. So this, I feel like you can expect somebody to be in contact with you in the very near future, somebody who's been in your life for a very long time, or at least who you haven't heard from in a long time. There's long-term that is around this connection. And I think that you're going to be getting help from this person. Put your stupid pride and ego aside and accept the help. There's not a business contract. This is an opportunity that you don't want to waste. This, it feels like an investment from somebody. So what I'm seeing here is it's a gift. Learn to accept the gift. Stop worrying about how you're going to gift back. It's not there yet. It's not time. Focus on receiving this. There's going to be some sort of truth that you need to talk to them about, reveal, or ask something to come up. And there's also a point of avoidance that needs to be talked about right now. Something that either you or they or somebody in whatever this system has been avoiding. This may be somebody who has been wanting to reach out to you for a really long time, but hasn't. So what I see is, first off, they were afraid of some form of rejection from you, which, can you blame them? But what I see is the stress that they are showing in coming forward to you to help you, and clearing the air with that is actually going to be something that makes your life easier. And it's like it opens up a space for you. It could be something that makes either a move or some sort of a life change actually a lot easier. You have a support that is coming in. It's something that sees the potential in you. This is going to be very fast moving. So whatever this is, know that communication and efforts are going to, as soon as it happens, it's going to be lickety split. And it's going to have a major payoff for you. But again, don't worry about how you're going to pay them back yet. It's not there. It's not time. Now's the time for you to be taken care of in the best way. I almost feel like you are about to be Merlin's apprentice in this. And that's really funny to say on this voyage of, I guess, this mastery, whatever it is that you're trying to learn. There's somebody who's coming in who's going to be able to help you with this. So it does kind of feel like you're in the student role, apprentice role, whatever it looks like. Somebody is coming in as like a mentor. So what I see is this is actually going to be a very loyal connection in your life. This is something that is going to help you master, I think, whatever this craft is. And it's going to help you move on. This is setting you up for not only releasing, helping you move on, I think, in life, also setting you up in an entirely different direction. There's a hidden talent of yours that is coming about to be nurtured right now. Don't run away from it. I feel like this is bubbling right underneath the surface. Let's see where this is going. Okay, so what is this talent? What are you embracing? Oh my God. Okay. I'm asking what talent it is, and it's all about it's really what seems to be faded, what seems to be a waste is not a waste. So what is this? It's something that has been dormant, and I think it's an emotional passion of yours. It's coming around again. So something that you've discarded a long time ago that you just felt like wasted your time, wasted your energy, that was a waste in general. This person is coming in to really foster, nurture, and resurrect this aspect of you. I really feel like this is dealing with, it feels like a puzzle. No, and maybe if you're a world champion puzzle person, I don't know, but this is more like putting the puzzle piece back in, being able to look at what seems to be a really challenging problem. There's a deep analytical aspect of this that I see that you are really putting the mental work to look through this. it does feel like a mental puzzle, huge, complex challenge up ahead. And that this, I think that it was a point of you overanalyzing in the past, you're wasting your time on this. Now it's going to be something where you can really sit and unravel whatever this huge knot was. And I think that this is going to really take your focus. You are buckling down and focusing and not running away from the problem. So whatever this is, it's going to be tedious, really in depth, and it's actually going to be very fulfilling for you. So you have a mentor who's coming in who's going to help you buckle down. Well, let me know who they are. So at what point are you going to be able to tell somebody to kind of go F themselves? What I see here is you learning how to actually push people away in the healthy way. And I see that it feels like a person in your life that you couldn't escape. And I do feel like this isn't somebody who's involving, I guess, wherever your home base is. I see you not engaging in their fights anymore, it's not even taking the high road. I feel like you're graystoning them. This came up in a reading before. I think it was last week. So this is definitely collective energy that is bottlenecking right now. I see that you are getting away from them, and that it's like you see their lies, their deceit, and that you're not going to be gaslit by them anymore. There's nothing more that you need to learn from them, but there's also nothing more that you need to fight with this person about anymore. Disengage. Unless it is absolutely legally necessary, disengage from the entire thing. This is somebody who works and really puts effort into seeing you stress and keeping you on edge. This is somebody who I think that you have been really stressed out about, who it's this false illusion, this false reality of all is well in Wonderland. And this, no matter what, you guys would be able to get through this. This is not the case for this kind of person. It definitely has the buzzword of the narcissist and the empath. So whoever this is in your life, I want you to know that you will be able to get away from them, and that you are probably going to have a lot of emotional fallout after this person. So what I'm seeing here is a lot of stress that is coming up for you. And I think that this is because you don't necessarily know how to put yourself and your best interests first, and that there's an opportunity to do so. So it's going to be a major test of you and working on yourself and bettering yourself to actually accept that you are going to, I guess, make an investment for yourself, strictly for yourself, and not the betterment of whoever this person is. It's going to be kind of like an animal that has never experienced a compassionate source of love from a human. I'm not calling you an animal, I'm just making a comparison. Have you ever seen that videos where an animal has not been shown human kindness, and then there's somebody who's coming in to take care of it and nurture it, and the animal is freaking out? It feels like this is an opportunity and you don't know how to handle it and put that energy into yourself until it is constant exposure to it. So it's going to be a lot of time and a lot of healing for you. But I see that this is going to be slow moving energy, and it does have a payoff for you. So I really hope this made sense. You're getting away from the toxicity. So there seems to be a new driving force in your life, and it seems to be very primal with you. So what I see here is there's a major hurdle, major block for you to overcome. There is a major passion, not necessarily the effort to move forward to it. So I see that you're getting what you want, but there's a repressed energy from you actually connecting to it. Repressed emotional state. You're getting what you want, but it's like you don't understand why this is happening, why you don't feel the way that you thought that you would feel. And this is so much of what you had wanted. The complex, weirdly simple answer is there's a lot that you've carried with you in getting where you want to be with who you want to be. There's a lot of emotional baggage that you are being faced with right now that you're going to have to drop. It's a really hard look that you have to take at yourself, and it's a lot of heavy energy, a lot that has been piled up on you. So there's a sense of detachment, numbness, even probably borderline resentment that you have in this scenario right now, because this is everything. It's everything that you've wanted, idealized, dreamed. It's what you've shot for. And here we are. And it's like, why can't I enjoy this so much? And it's because in the past, there's a lot of shutdown with excitement. Don't let yourself get too excited. It's too good to be true, all of those things. So you're being faced with something that feels too good to be true because it is exactly what you want and it's what you've been striving for. And it's like, okay, this is fake. It's not going to last. I need to be prepared to let this go. You are stomping on your own foot with this. So now it's a point of actually going through hermit mode, being made to be silent and still, and really look at, where is this popping up from your timeline? How can you embrace and coddle that person who was let down in the past? And I'm talking about you specifically. So how can you coddle and reassure the aspect and the versions of you that was let down? So it's going to be some work, obviously. And it's going to take you to a much different place than I think you expected to go. But we have the Page of Wands here, so it's going to start to allow you to really get excited, which, when this is happening, you might meet a little resistance, but that's also where you have to go in and reassure the resistance with you. But you're on the right path. It just involves healing. What I see here is you not bending anymore, not compromising anymore, and actually detaching from the scenario. You've done enough investigation in this to know that whatever it was that you were striving so hard for is a big friggin' mess. And this is not somebody who's grounded. This is somebody who you need to move on from and heal from. You're not going to bend until you break anymore. And I really feel like this person who's been in your life for God knows how long has been forcing you to a place of being a real mess with yourself. And the thing is, that you're not crazy, but this person, it feels like you don't even know who you are around them anymore. And I see that you have a lot of masculine energy that is really grounded, really centered, and really trying to maintain itself. You didn't approach this with maliciousness. Why is it that whenever you're around this particular person, there's this major upset? You just feel agitated, irrational. This is not necessarily the best connection. Now, I'm not telling you to ghost everything and to block everything. I'm not telling you that, but understand that at some point you're going to have to not let this person have such access to your emotional health and actually push them away. And I say that, I say emotional health because I feel like you can't necessarily just escape either the mentality of this person or you're probably in arm's reach of them. So I see that you're putting up a big wall and border between you guys. And honestly, this feels better for you because it's like you finally have clarity and a peace of mind around, them. You just are putting up whatever this block is. So I think that with you doing that, you'll be able to really see what their actions and what their mindset has been and how this has been causing you to erupt the way that it has. It feels very emotionally immature. And it also feels like this person actually really enjoys being in, I feel like, what is a literal mess in their life. It's like a pig in mud. I've said that a lot in readings recently. Not sure why this is a constant. But I see that block and how you're putting your focus into something else actually feels really good for you. And it actually makes you a little bit more driven and composed. So I see that the more that you get away from this energy and the less influence that they have in your life and your decision making, and also the rent that they take, or I think the rent-free space they take up in your mind, the less it's going to cost you, and the more that you'll be able to get away from it. I see you cutting through all the BS. Let's just get down to it. You're cutting through the BS and telling them to go F off in the nicest way possible.